can text us. You text JJR and whatever you want to say to the number 96893. A bunch of very positive text messages about the most recent Couples Therapy podcast with Peyton and Kadeem. Here's one that says, the Couples Therapy, Peyton and Kadeem, literally made me laugh out loud. Their dynamic is awesome. They're the perfect example of opposites attract.
That is truth.
And I got a bunch of DMs on it, too. People loving it, so it's great. Check it out. Wherever you can get podcasts, you search John G. Rich on demand. And it was just 2 days ago where we dropped Peyton's podcast with her boyfriend, Kadeem. I was going to tell you guys a story. You know, I'm not one that partakes in the marijuana world. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't. You know, and ever since it got legal, whenever, and there was gummies, and now there's stores everywhere. And if you guys remember back when we did Secret Santa, Grant was my Secret Santa. Grant is made of marijuana. You cut off Grant's arm, another weed marijuana arm grows. So I went to a dispensary and I bought him some top-notch stuff. And then when I was there, I was talking to the lady, and the lady was telling me about these gummies that help you sleep. And I'm all about sleep because I can't seem to sleep. I'll take some, CBD sometimes, and I feel like I've taken too long, so I got to take a break. But I can't find anything natural to help me sleep. I monitor my sleep with a Whoop band, with an Oura ring, and I got a CPAP machine. I mean, it's a whole sleep.
You got oxygen?
Right? I got oxygen. I got everything to try to sleep. And so I bought these gummies. And I was like, we went on vacation to Hawaii. And this buddy of mine, right before we went on vacation to Hawaii, this buddy of mine I go hiking with, he's like, he takes them a lot. Like, he's like, sometimes I get up in the middle of the night, I take a gummy and I sleep. And he goes, here. And he gave me 2 of his gummies. And I thought, and they were just in a plastic bag, and I was like, ooh, these have got to be more powerful than the ones I have, right? And then I took them to Hawaii, but we were in a hotel on the 16th floor, and Blake was like, do you want to try the gummies? Because she was going to try them with me. And I was like, no. She's like, why? I go, because I don't want to take the gummy also. I'm like, I can fly. I'm on the 16th floor. Woo. So I didn't want to take the gummies, right? So then Peyton came up to me one time, and she gave me this box of gummies. So now, like 2 gummies in there. So now I have quite a few gummies. So I go over the weekend, I go to Atlanta, and I'm doing this retreat with this Jesse Itzler guy. He's a motivational guy. He's a businessman, very successful guy. And I'm staying this Holiday Inn in a little town called Rome, Georgia. And I don't have to be anywhere till 10 the next morning. So I'm like, I'm going to take one of these gummies. This is my time. I'm on the first floor.
Yeah.
No jumping, no flying. I'm going to take one of these gummies and see what happens. So I take a gummy. And I don't know. It was one of the ones that my friend Rick gave me. And I was like, I don't know if there's such thing as a cocaine gummy, but I couldn't sleep. I was wired.
Really?
That's not good.
I know. I was so pissed. So I told my friend.
Texting Rick.
Yeah.
What the heck, man?
I go, are you playing? Because he's funny. He tells, me, I go, is this some sort of joke? Like, or was this did you give, because it was in a plastic bag. It wasn't like in a box, like the one Peyton gave me says like, sleep, So I was like, I couldn't sleep. I was up all night. My sleep score was terrible. And I'm like, this can't be. So now I have all these gummies. I'm afraid to take them.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch them.
Right?
I wonder why.
Or is it a fluke? Was I just up because I was nervous about the all-day sauna session?
You probably Rick probably gave you a sativa gummy, which would have you up and moving. You need an indica. That's what helps you sleep. It's different strains.
See, that's what I'm saying.
The ones I gave you are indica. You need to try those, and you will love them. I promise you.
I feel like you just stick with the CBD because I thought that was actually helping you.
CBD, but when I take it a long time, then I see my sleep. I'm experimenting. Like I take a magnesium drink at night, and I'll take the CBD. And whenever I don't take the CBD for a while, then I take the CBD. I sleep really well. But then I feel like maybe my body gets used to it.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Yes, Grant.
I think you have a classic, your brain is reacting to the THC. Because when I first started taking edibles like a long time ago, it'd be constantly for like 6 hours while I try to sleep. It'd be that part of Tom Sawyer. Repeat. I'd be trying to sleep, and it was just like. So I think that's what you got. I think you got some of the Tom Sawyer weed.
Nice.
I think Peyton's assessment was right.
Yeah.
An indica would be
or just
very much a treat.
So,
fine.
So then Peyton came in here one day and had bags of weed for everybody, right?
Yeah, she gifted them to all of us.
From some company.
It was like ladylike. And it's like the packaging's all cute. It's pink and like there's all these things in it. And I'm like, yes, this is really awesome.
Yeah, I'm driving down the street here and I see a big billboard. I'm like, oh, that's the company that Peyton got the weed from. And it was like drinks with weed in it and all this stuff. I took it to the gym And I gave it to everybody, right? So a couple days later, this guy comes up to me and goes, "Hey, John Jay." Yeah, he was like, "Those drinks you gave me, they're fantastic."
Really?
And he goes, "If you do 3 of them,
Yeah.
it really works." I'm like, 3 of them? All right.
Well, yeah, the little seltzers, those are like little small milligrams. They're great.
Yeah, I took him home, and I when my dad was staying with us, he partakes in a gummy or 2 here or there, and he drank the seltzers, and he's like, "Yeah, I got a little buzz. They're pretty good. Yeah, just for like a chill, whatever." And I kept the bag of all the goods in my closet, which was a mistake because now every time Scott comes in my closet, he's like, "Geez, it smells like a dispensary in here." And he like keeps complaining about it. And I feel like I would smell that. Like I don't have lack of smell. Like it doesn't smell that bad, but every once in a while I'll walk by the spot that they are and I'm like, "Ooh, he's right."
So what is it that smells?
Right.
What was
So
it?
in the bag, like we got mints, we got vape stuff, but then there was also these like pre-rolled little
yeah.
Little
what are they
joints.
called? Little joints.
Yeah. I gave those to the skin better people.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice of you. I kept mine because I think like at one point I'm going to use them. And Scott looks at me and he's like, "Why don't you just throw them away? They like are smelling up your whole room." And I said, "That sounds wasteful. There's no way I'm going to do that." He's like, "You're not even like that. Like you don't even do that." It's like, "When do you plan on using this?" I'm
You
like,
really do
"I don't
save
know.
everything."
I don't know when I'm planning on using it, but I'm planning on using it at some point." Okay. And he's
You're
like,
such a bargain
"You need to
shopper.
Take care of it."
You can't get rid of a deal.
I know. Because I know I'm like, at one point, I'll appreciate having it or something like that. So I went to Peyton, like, and I was telling her, I'm like, "I need to get something to store my weed in." I need to make sure it doesn't stink. And so she's like, "Don't worry, I have like a smelly bag for you. It's like what they give you the weed in at the store." She's like, "I'll just bring you one." I'm like, "Great." So she brings me a bag. I pop it in my trunk and I keep, forgetting to bring it in. And one day I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to get the weed bag." And I go to my truck and it's not there. So I feel like at some point I took a bunch of stuff and like threw it away. And I'm like, have this intense guilt. Like Peyton gave me this weed bag and now I don't have this weed bag. I lost it, whatever. So I went on Amazon and I searched bags to store my weed in.
You're turning into like some Breaking Bad Walter White.
Having never
It's like
used it.
anti-smell. And I bought one, you guys, and it came yesterday, and I put the weed in it, and I don't think it smells anymore.
Right on.
Can I put my gummies in there? Can you hold my gummies for me?
Sure, I'll stash them for
The
you.
one on Amazon is probably 10 times better than the one I gave you. But that's funny that you say that. I have probably 200 of those bags.
Oh, okay, I was feeling so guilty. I'm like, oh, I need to pay her back for that
I
bag.
went to the dispo yesterday. I got a new one. It's fine. I'll bring you another one just so you can have it.
So
Are
funny.
they just like little backpacks?
No, they're like
No, it's like a plastic.
Yeah.
It's like a really hefty plastic Ziploc bag.
yeah, it's like a child block bag. So
But the one that I got is like, picture like a cosmetic makeup bag, like a bigger one with a zipper. And then inside, you open the zipper and you have to undo Velcro to get into the inside of it.
Gotcha.
And when you zip it up, it comes with a lock. So you can actually lock the bag.
that's good.
So nobody
Dang,
can get
dude.
into my
We love
stash.
I wonder, yeah. So it's not about keeping the smell in, it's about keeping people
it
out of your
safe.
weed.
Well, I think it's both.
Wow.
I think it's both.
What's coming up? 3 things you need to know, Kyle.
It was a great day in basketball yesterday. Florida rallied to pull a 65-63 victory over Houston in the NCAA championship game. Quite the thriller with game-winning shot at the buzzer, scoring the Gators their 3rd national title. Gen Z, you guys, is being labeled as the ghosted generation. So they say younger adults today are facing more no's than any other generation before them, from dating apps and college applications to the brutal job market. Think like endless dating options at your fingertips, yet higher rates of loneliness. Or sending out hundreds of job applications, but hearing radio silence in return. They say Gen Z was never taught how to lose. They were raised in a culture where everyone's kind of a winner. Everybody gets a trophy, right? And now in the real world, they're saying the crash is very hard.
I think that is actually so spot on. I think that's a big reason why some Gen Z are crashing out is because we never were told no growing up. And then you look at your parents and then they had everything that you don't have at your age, and it's tough.
So is that part of that everyone gets a trophy generation?
Yep.
Yeah, like everyone when you're, wow,
know.
boy, what a bummer that we had to test all that out on your generation.
Take the trophies away from Gen Alpha.
So it's a good thing that Easton's crying when he loses.
I guess so, yeah, because he's learning now how to lose.
Right.
Economists, you guys, they crunched the numbers and they found something pretty incredible about owning a pet. They found owning a pet is just as good for your mental health as getting married and emotionally equivalent to landing an extra almost $90,000 a year at your job.
Okay, then.
They looked at data and found like pet owners just report significantly higher life satisfaction. So I know that Love Pup's got a lot of extra dogs for you to adopt, or, just you're thinking about getting the cat or the iguana. I mean, they did find that dog people had the highest life satisfaction, emotionally stability, and agreeableness, but cat lovers also ranked pretty high in curiosity and life satisfaction. So those were the two highest of the pets, if you wanted to get specific in the breakdown. But either way, you get a pet, your life is going to feel more fulfilled. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Well, speaking of dogs, Love Pup right now has quite a few dogs that need homes. In fact, we get mutts, we get all kinds of dogs. We have a purebred Frenchie named Ruby that needs a home, and we have a purebred golden doodle named Gemma that needs a home. And they're both. I played with them last week. They're both fantastic. So you go to Love Pup Foundation. Also, I think you might like this, Kyle, and maybe you too, Peyton. So Blake's got Dog Mom's Day coming up, right?
Yeah.
It's May 3rd. And I think it's $100 to go, right, if you go buy a ticket right now. And it's at the Ashley Castle. And she got so excited last night because the goodie bags are like big deal, right?
Yeah.
Like she has Skin Better in there. She has other things. And she just found out yesterday the company Philosophy.
Yeah.
They're putting in stuff on all the goodie bags.
That's
too.
awesome.
They do like the body wash and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
good smelling
they're putting
lotions.
like the big size bottles of something.
Oh, that's cool.
Dang, that's cool.
And the Skin Better and stuff. So if you go to Love Pup Foundation on Instagram, there's links there so you can go to Dog Mom's Day, bring your dog, hang out with Blake. It's just for moms only. What's the vibe for horoscopes today, Peyton?
We're going to talk about how you handle being left on red based on your zodiac sign.
Call us right now at 877-937-1047. Good morning, Mike.
Jay and the Virgos.
Virgos. Okay, John Jay is also our Virgo. So when you guys get left on red, Virgos, you send a follow-up, just checking in text, even though you're secretly furious. You make a mental list of all of their flaws, and then you organize it in your head, and it's called People Who Don't Deserve Me. You're not petty, you're just precise, Virgos.
Nailed it once again.
Yeah, a different version of that is I just type WTF.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll respond.
Yep. Shorten everything up.
Yeah. All right, Mike.
Thank you guys. Have a blessed day.
Thanks,
Bye, Mike.
Maddie, good morning.
Hi, I live with you guys all the time with my mom. I love War of the Roses.
Thank you, Maddie. What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Okay, so Maddie, if you're a Gemini and you get left on red, you immediately texted 6 other people. You're starting a group chat, probably flirting, whatever that is, flirting with someone new and somehow live streaming it. You bounce back in 0.2 seconds with chaotic energy and 0 regrets. My Geminis are absolutely iconic.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Maddie.
Bye.
What do you got for Libras?
Libra, Kyle, when you're left on red, you spiral quietly. You reread your own message 13 times, wondering if you use too many exclamation points or something. And then you'll post a cute selfie on Instagram with like a flirty lyric, hoping that whoever it is that left you on red will notice, because if that person doesn't reply, the entire world might as well just ghost you too.
It's like, what are you doing? When
Right.
Scott doesn't text me back, I'm like, what are you even doing?
What's more important
Like
than
working or something?
What do you got for Pisces?
Yeah, Richie, my Pisces. Pisces, you got left on red and you wrote a poem or a song about it in your case. You already made a sad playlist, painted your feelings, and cried while watching a rom-com. You're low-key heartbroken, but you're acting like you're in an indie film. It's giving soft chaos vibes.
Soft chaos vibes.
Whatever that
Listen, the best songs in the world are I Love You and You Don't Care, right?
Hey, yep, exactly.
What about for you, for Leos?
Leos, us being left on red, we're going to assume that that person died or something, because there's no way. Because obviously no one would ignore someone as radiant and irresistible as a Leo. We are already rehearsing our you messed up speech in case that person comes crawling back, and they will call back. So we'll definitely be talking to them about that.
Okay, if we didn't get to your sign, they're all posted on our website at johnjandrich.com. Now, Rich, let's get into the birds. The birds.
It's so strange.
Hello, bird.
I've had this once before in another house where I had this bird that kept coming to my window and literally knocking on the window and squawking. And this is a different kind of bird because this is a crow that just this weekend, starting on Saturday morning, would start showing up on my little patio and knocking on the window really loud and just squawking. This black crow, and I couldn't figure it out. And I looked it up. It's called a grackle. But this black crow won't go away, and it's pooping everywhere. And I don't want to kill the bird. I don't want to. Many people are like, just take a BB gun and shoot the bird. I don't want to do that. So I did yesterday buy this sound machine that you plug into the wall, and it's supposed to emit a frequency that birds and rodents don't want to have anything to do. This black crow comes up and starts pecking on the sound machine. It is not affected by the sound machine at all. So, as I am hosting this overnight show, there's a psychic on the air on Coast to Coast AM with me. And I say to her, I'm like, hey, I don't know if this means anything, but you were talking about paying attention to signs. So I tell her the black crow story about it knocking on my window. And she said, oh, it probably just sees itself in the reflection of the mirror. No big deal. Didn't have any message for me. No psychic message.
Yeah, but like those kinds of birds, they are known to remember your face when associated with
That's
some sort of
what I thought.
stressful or traumatic experience for them. So
I'm
like,
nice to the birds. I've been
did
knocked
you
down.
accidentally almost run him over? And now
No.
he's like, hey man, I see you.
I'm talking to this bird, and I'm like, I don't see a nest that you're protecting around here. There's no food on. I don't have hummingbird feeders. There's no fruit on the ground. So, bird, I don't know what your message is for me. I'm not real sure what the message is. So, and then tie that into yesterday, John Jay is on this treadmill, and it starts playing the music of the Black Crows.
That's
Dun,
weird.
dun, dun.
That was really weird. And I haven't tried it out today to see if it does it again.
Anyway, I will put up video of this bird, but today, the critter getters, or the critter, I forget what they're called, critter something, are coming by to help me figure out the bird problem. Because a few of the bird places I called say that, look, they poop everywhere, and now that's their land.
It's
so-
one bird. You have one bird.
Well, but now it's two.
Two
but
birds.
One big one.
All right, I can tell you how to get rid of those birds. Easy. Do you have a rocking chair or a chair you can set outside?
Yeah, I have a rocking chair.
Sit in a rocking chair and tell the bird the story of how you got into radio. And it will never come back.
I was 14.
I kid because I love. All right, John, Jay, and Rich. It's time for Stacks and Hacks. I have Stacks information. Rich has life hacks. If you had $1 billion and you spent $1,000 a day, it would take you 2,749 years to run out of money.
Wow.
I know, it's so nuts. In a new survey, 77% of people say digital clutter negatively impacts their life. Digital clutter is like this. The average person has 1,044 unread emails, 12 unread text messages, and 17 unread social media notifications. I think we probably all have higher than that in here.
Just out of curiosity, can you tell me how many unread emails you have on your phone currently?
This is always fun.
According to my phone, I only have 1,744.
Wow, you've really
That's a new
gone
record.
down. Yeah, he used to be in the 30,000 range.
I deleted a bunch.
I feel like I'm
Or wait a minute, or it went back to zero like a speedometer, odometer, whatever. Because I don't know.
I don't like to see the little red things. It stresses me out. So I would look at all of my notifications.
Doesn't bother me. Chat GPT is still wrong a lot of the time, but a poll found a third of us already trust it more than experts in at least one area of expertise. That makes sense. China is adding outdoor escalators up the side of mountains so people with mobility issues, like older folks and lazy people, can get to the top to see the view without having to hike.
Oh, that's nice.
26-year-old guy in China almost died from a neck massage. It was a little too firm. The masseuse accidentally ripped an artery leading to his brain. He had a
my
stroke.
gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Luckily, he got to the ER in time and made a full recovery.
See, this
Jeez.
is why Kyle doesn't like a massage.
Worst massage ever.
You were just talking about, Kyle, about something about a resume. You said something in your three things.
Yeah, that how like Gen Z is sending out hundreds of resumes but hearing nothing back.
Maybe it's because they're doing these things. A career consultant listed things that should not be on your resume in 2025. They include your current salary, your full address, the line references available upon request, and graphics or bright colors because it confuses the software companies that they use to screen people. So there, don't do that. Rich, what do you got for life hacks?
You ever find yourself having a conversation, or maybe you're in a meeting or you're in school during a lecture and your mind just wanders off somewhere?
Every day. Every day, all day.
And you know,
Right now.
well, you got to pay attention to this because it's the best thing for you. for smart people is to let your mind wander, because they say it's like a total hard reset, like a mini offline period. It helps you consolidate your pattern of learning, because when you come back, you're like, oh, what did I miss? And then you start like trying to process it all. It's actually really, really good for you. So if you are a bit of a daydreamer in your classes or in the work meetings, that's okay. It makes you a smarter person. Who knew? Don't stop the daydream. And the more that you do that, in fact, the more detail you put in your daydream, the faster you learn the stuff that you're supposed to learn when you come back. That information and more can be found at johnjaneRich.com.
I'll send you guys, all three of my boys went and saw at different times, they went and saw the Minecraft movie, and it's number one right now at the box office. It's like huge. And I was talking to my middle son, Kemp, yesterday. And I said, what'd you think of the movie? And he's like, he goes, it's really stupid. He goes, but I enjoyed it, but it reminded me so much of my childhood of sitting behind Jake for 5 hours watching him play Minecraft, because Jake was a huge Minecraft guy. In fact, Jake went and got another Happy Meal yesterday and got the Grimace Minecraft, which is the hard one to get. I put a picture of it, and all these people go, where'd you get it? What location? So, but here's something that happened is, as a dad, I so badly want my kids to be friends.
Yeah. As
they get into their adulthood, and I want them to hang out, and I try so hard, my wife and I. And, we got like a family chat. And then Kemp says to me, he goes, we had some good brotherly fun in the brothers chat. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't know they had a chat. He goes, yeah, we went back and forth. We're going back and forth about the movie, making fun of everybody. And I almost started to cry because I felt that, oh my God. Like,
this
I
is
literally.
It's happening.
If I would have asked another question, I think I would have started like doing that thing. And I even told my wife that I was so happy. And then I see today that there's something happening at the screenings of a Minecraft movie where teens freak out when Jack Black says chicken jockey. They scream and they throw their food and drinks, and it got so bad cops showed up to escort some of them out. This is a recording of the chaos, right? Then the crowd mocking those being removed from the theater.
Chicken jockey.
So I've been trying to call my son Dutch, who's a senior in high school, and I want to ask him, why is that scene so, like...
Right, why does it trigger that reaction?
Right, and so I know my son Jake is asleep. He's in college. My son Kemp is in Hawaii. He's asleep. Dutch should be up right now because he has school in 20 minutes. He is not up. Every day, I get a text from his school that says, Dutch was absent today.
Oh, no.
Yesterday was senior ditch day.
Oh,
right?
that's the best.
I know, senior ditch day. And so I thought, hey, Dutch, jump on the air with us. But there's no way.
He went too hard for senior ditch day yesterday.
You only get one senior ditch day, though. It's not a week.
He's been like senior ditch day since like October.
Yeah, he's got senioritis big time.
Yeah. So if you know why in the Minecraft movie this is happening, call us really quick, 877-937-1047. Meanwhile, what's going on with your Instagram, Kyle?
I don't know if I'm getting scammed or if I'm just stupid and doing something wrong. But you know how when you see like an influencer and they post like a recipe and they're like, comment pancakes and I'll send you the recipe. And then you go to you have to be following them. Then you go to your DMs and all of a sudden in your DMs is a message from them with the pancake recipe or whatever you're looking for. So I've done that a couple of times for like, there's a couple of like Instagram people that have like, try this chat GPT prompt and it's really super long. So you can't really copy it from the video. And they're like comment chat for the chat GPT prompt. And I go into my DM and they've sent the link and I hit the link and it goes nowhere. The link will not go anywhere. And I'm like, is this some kind of scam? Or they're just trying to get like people to interact with them, but they actually have no real content. They're just saying, I have this great prompt or I have this great recipe. But I'm like, I'm getting frustrated because I actually want this information. And they're telling me they're going to send me the information, but they're not going to get it.
I feel like maybe it's just a dead end link. Like maybe it's an error on their end. They have a wrong number or something like that in the link.
Because it's happened like with multiple different people too. So
I
that's
wonder
why
what the scam would be. You click there and then they get all your information on your phone. Now they're in your phone.
But if you're not,
I don't think it's a scam like that. I just think like
they're just trying to get engagement.
They're trying to get engagement.
This.
Yeah, like
and they don't have a recipe.
They don't actually have the information.
No pancakes.
Yeah.
Have you updated your app? Maybe it's your app.
I mean, my apps supposedly update
automatically.
but
I would try that.
I'll go in and check.
But that is weird and really annoying. That kind of reminds me how I have the Sonic app on my phone, and anytime I go use my Sonic app, it never works. And I'm like, I want my half-off slushie.
I know. You're like, hey.
Wait, so you're one of those people that types in pancakes?
Totally. I have followed so many people, and I'm like, pancakes, chat, like all the things. I want the information. And then, what's funny is they send it to me, and then I rarely ever open up.
Okay, because I would say, one time I found some guy said something on Instagram that said something like, "Are you addicted to porn? We can get rid of that addiction." He goes all these stats about porn, and I thought, hey, maybe this could be some funny show content, right? So I typed in whatever word it was, and now I get hundreds of emails of how to overcome your porn addiction. And I'm like,
gosh.
if my wife goes to my phone,
the algorithm is not your friend
I
right
thought
now.
there would be some sort of like funny. Oh, check this! Like I would have it for something.
Okay.
Anyway,
yeah.
See right here.
Yeah.
Oh, it
I'm in
doesn't
the
even
DM.
open.
I'm clicking the link. It says get the prompt, and it does nothing.
That's annoying. I bet you I would put money that that's an app glitch on either their end or your end. Because the fact that it's not opening,
I know.
like, that's weird. It doesn't give me scam vibes, but just technical
Just a problem?
difficulty. Yeah, error.
The one recipe you want, they won't give you.
I know someone's gonna be like, turn your phone off, turn your phone back on, delete the app, then redo
You're
the
like,
app.
"I've done
I don't know
that."
my password, so I can't do that.
what's up, Nick?
So we just got a hold of Dutch. I have never heard a child sound more tired than him right now. So Godspeed, guys.
Oh my gosh.
God, okay, Dutch.
What's up?
Don't you have to be in school like in 10 minutes?
Dude, I usually wake up in like 5 more minutes.
Okay, are you going to school today?
I'll think about it.
Hey, how was senior ditch day?
It was fun. Had a good time.
How was prom?
Even more fun.
All right, listen. There's a story in the news about the Minecraft movie, and I know you saw the Minecraft movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and give us a little review of the Minecraft movie.
I thought that it was a good movie. It was a little dumb, but I enjoyed it overall.
Okay, there's a thing happening in the Minecraft movie where people freak out during the chicken jockey scene. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just it's a great reference they make. It's a funny scene there.
It has to do with the game?
Yeah.
Can you explain it?
Like in the game, do the characters throw things at that time or throw food?
No, it's just like a rare thing to happen in the game, and then when it happened in the movie, people kind of went crazy for it.
Did it happen when you were there?
Yeah.
Did you throw anything at the screen?
No, I kind of just screamed.
Did you scream naturally, or you knew people were screaming at that scene?
We knew people were screaming. People were screaming throughout the entire movie.
Oh, okay. All right, listen, sorry to wake you up early.
It's all good, man.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Yeah, he's living the best life.
He usually sleeps for 5 more minutes, you
Hey, I
guys.
get
Come
it.
on.
What time did you go to bed last night?
Like 10:45.
What'd you think of the March Madness finals?
I've been saying the Gators since day one.
That's truth.
Yeah.
That's truth. I talked to Dutch right when March Madness started, and that was his pick to win the whole thing.
I gotta say, I was
go.
so
Good about
sad for Houston, though.
Yeah, they were looking strong.
And I love their style of play. Like, they're just all over the floor. They hustle. Like, my heart broke a little bit. I feel so bad for that guy that didn't get that last shot off. I was like, oh, I know how that feels.
Yeah, it's rough for sure.
All right, son, well, you have a great day at school today.
Thank you, man. You have a good day at work.
Do you think that I will get a Dutch was absent from first period text today?
I guess we'll wait and see.
All right. See you, boy.
I see it.
Bye. You freaking
Time will
kid.
tell.
He runs that house.
Kid. He did, kid, yeah.
He runs that house however he
does.
likes.
He does.
You got no power at that house.
No, not at all. Let's get some entertainment news. Michelle Williams. Now, when I saw this story, because I saw it on all the World Star and all that stuff, is it Michelle Williams from Destiny Child,
Yeah.
or is it Michelle Williams, the actress
I know.
that's married to Heath Ledger?
Yeah, not the one in the show movie we like. No, it's from Destiny's Child, Michelle Williams.
Okay.
She posted a picture on Instagram. She was on a flight, and the passenger behind her had taken his shoes off and had put his foot where like her armrest was, and the foot was like kind of poking out, and she had like posted the picture, talked like she even elbowed the foot to try to be like, hello, this is so gross. And then she started noticing some of the comments and decided to comment on what she was seeing.
It don't matter to me what class you fly. I don't care. I still like Southwest. You're not going to shame me into whatever class it was. So people are like, well, you shouldn't have been flying coach. I was flying first class. My seat was 3F, and I didn't know the F was going to be for feet.
Yeah, she was really shook, and rightly so.
Yeah,
her comments were funny. I thought she was
A
great.
stranger's foot coming up next to you or on your armrest would be jarring and so gross. Because, like, what if they had smelly feet, too? Like,
I think it depends who the person is.
So gross.
Damon Wayans.
This is pretty fascinating. He was on Club Shay Shay, and he was asked about a rumor that was swirling around about him, like, in the early 2000s, and he actually confirmed it.
You dated the same woman as your nephew once?
Yeah. I was in love with her. That's the thing. It wasn't like they were in love.
So he dated her.
Do you know how small the pool is out here in Cali?
I thought the dude was married with kids.
This was in the 2000s. This is before.
Oh.
So he dated, like, his nephew's ex-girlfriend, right?
He said, well, they weren't in love, so it's no big deal.
They weren't in love, but he said at that time he was actually in love with this girl. And so it was like, yeah, the pool's small, so it was open field.
No, the pool is not that small, Damon Wayans Sr.
Pretty gross.
Who is Sammy Sheen?
Sammy Sheen is the daughter of Charlie Sheen and Denise Williams. And she made headlines when she started like an OnlyFans right when she turned 18 and was making all this money. And everyone was like, how could you do this? How could you support your daughter doing this? And she's been very successful. And Denise Richards is like, listen, I'm going to support her no matter what. It's her choice. She's an adult. She can do what she wants. She has been pretty open and vulnerable on her Instagram. And she was basically saying like, you know, some people have asked if I have had work done. Most people don't talk about it. But she's like, I don't care. I'll tell you exactly what I did.
I finally got the big procedure and I got the girls done. I feel like I could have gone bigger and I really wish I went bigger. I got this in 1.5 years ago. And then last year around this time, I got my veneers and that was the worst process ever. And then after that, in August, I got my nose done.
She said she's actually had 2 nose surgeries, lip fillers, Botox, and everything she said. And she's like, I don't care. Like, I'll just tell you. It's no big deal.
I told you that Kemp's teammate, was dating her.
That's right.
And went to their house. And Denise Richards said, you need to sign an NDA. And he was like, what? And he was like, he's like, I'm out of here.
Yep.
That's so wild. Russell Brand.
So Russell Brand has made headlines most recently because he's had some pretty crazy allegations thrown at him, like sexual assault allegations, rape allegations, and whatnot. And he actually just flat out went on and addressed them on an Instagram, basically saying, hopefully you don't believe what's not true.
I've always told you guys that when I was young and single, before I had my wife and family, with just out of shot over there, my beautiful children, I was a fool before I lived in the light of the Lord. I was a drug addict, a sex addict, and an imbecile. But what I never was a rapist. I've never engaged in non-consensual activity. I pray that you can see that by looking in my eyes.
He's going to have to fight, though. I mean, because at this point, it's like the allegations are out and there's going to have to be investigations and a trial, and he's going to go through it for sure.